So this process is what we call balance checks, and just mention when we recommend you do these balance checks. For hotels that have a 24-hour front desk where you have a night auditor or night audit shift, we do recommend that the night auditor do the balance checks after rollover within about 30 minutes. So in that example we just saw with the rollover time at 3, I would recommend that the night auditor do these balance checks between 3 and 3:30 a.m. Now, if your front desk closes overnight, you would have an AM opening shift and a PM closing shift and no night auditor overnight. So in that case, what I do recommend is that the balance checks are performed by the AM or morning opening shift the following day. So let's take a look at what those balance checks are. And that's once again using this essential balancing report that you can find in the financial section of the reports menu. So balance check number 1 is going to look at 2 values on this report. We're going to compare the in-house guest balance out and compare that to the AR guest balance out. Now, when you do this comparison, you're going to take a look at the values themselves. If you see a plus or minus symbol in any of the values, you can ignore these for the purposes of these balance checks. So if I look at these 2 values, I can see that they match. So I know that my AR guest account is balanced. The next balance check number 2, is going to compare the city account balance out to the AR city balance out. And again, if you see any of those plus or minus symbols, you can ignore those and just look at the numerical value of those 2 accounts that appear on this report. They match, so I know my AR city account is balanced. The last balance check number 3, is going to compare the deposit detail to the deposit holdings balance out. And again, these 2 values match, so I know that the deposit holdings account is balanced. So with that information contained on this single report, I know that the revenue and occupancy numbers that are reported on my reports for this day will be accurate.